Okay, Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswata Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam Panghum langhayate girim Yat krupatamaham vande Sri Gurum Dinataranam Sri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Paramananda Madhavam Paramananda Madhavam. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for today's class, for joining today's class. So today we are reading second canto, 5th chapter, 3rd shloka. Okay. Sarvam hi etat bhavan veda bhuta bhavya bhavat prabhu Karamalakavad vishvam vijnana vasitam tava. Sarvam hi etat bhavan veda bhuta bhavya bhavat prabhu Karamalakavad vishwam vijnana vasitam tava. Sarvam hi etat bhuvan veda bhuta bhavya bhavat prabhu Karamalakavad vishwam vijnana vashitam tava. Anybody, Prabhus and Matajis, like to read the sloka?
Okay, Prabhu.
Go ahead, Prabhu.
Sarvam etat bhavan veda bhuta bhavya bhavat prabhu karamalaka vadvishvam vijnana vasitam tava.
Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can read. Sarvam hi tat bhavan veda bhuta bhavya bhavat prabhu Karamalakavat vishvam Vijnanavasitam tava.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, I will also read, Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Sarvam hi etat bhavan veda bhuta bhavya bhavat prabhu karamalaka करामलकवत् विश्वं विज्ञानावसितं तव.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we'll read synonyms. Sarvam, all and everything. He, certainly. Etat, this. Bhavan, your good self. Veda, no. Bhuta, all that is created or born. Bhavya, all that will be created or born. Bhavat, all that is being created. Prabhu, you, the master of everything. Karamalakavat, just like a walnut within your grip. Vishwam, the universe. Vijnana avasitam, within your knowledge scientifically. Tava, your. Translation. My dear father, all this is known to you scientifically because whatever was created in the past, whatever will be created in the future, or whatever is being created at present, as well as everything within the universe, is within your grip, just like a walnut. Okay, purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So, Brahma is the direct creator of the manifested universe and everything within the universe. He therefore knows what happened in the past, what will happen in the future, and what is happening at present. Three principal items, namely the living being, the phenomenal world, and the controller, are all in continuous action, past, present, and future. And the direct manager is supposed to know everything of such actions and reactions, as one knows about a walnut within the grip of one's palm. The direct manufacturer of the particular thing is supposed to know how he learned the art of manufacturing, where he got the ingredients, how he set it up, and how the products in the manufacturing process are being turned out. Because Brahma is the first-born living being, naturally he is supposed to know everything about creative functions. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, in this verse, Narad Muni, the son of Brahmaji, is inquiring and is glorifying this Brahmaji. You are the creator of this material world, and you know the past, present, and future. Obviously, as Prabhupada explains, when anything manufactured, the person who is behind that manufacture or the product, whatever, he knows in and everything. Similarly, he is inquiring that, oh Brahmaji, oh my dear father, you have created everything and you know everything. So he's glorifying the personality of Brahmaji. So obviously, Narad Muni not only he knows this he created, but he's trying to inquire not just the cause, but the cause behind the cause itself. So that is the is aiming to know about that. So in this text, the highlight is he knows past, present, and future. So very often we also in our lives present is happening. We know past what happened, but future we don't know. So we always think about right when we think about past. Okay, wish I would have done differently. From past we can learn lessons and see how presently we can act. That way we don't make those mistakes, and therefore our future will be better. That is the three way, we try to inquire or contemplate about like that. So it is when we are living a comfort life, it is said that there is a person um, is when like a dollar bills are falling, is just catching them and enjoying the life, because he didn't never inquired about why these dollar bills are coming. But the life is going on. He's enjoying his time as usual. But one day, instead of dollar bills, the rocks are started falling. Then he is bewildered. What's happening? Every day I was getting the dollar bill, but now what is happening? Then he tried to look up and see what is the cause of these rocks. So similarly, in our lives, often we look at in the society, people are so engrossed, are so enjoying. They are enjoying the life. Okay, I'm having nice time. But when things go wrong, then they start inquiring about why this is happening. So a practicing devotee understands the Lord, because of the Lord's mercy, these obstacles are coming to me so that I inquire about what is the cause of this and what is very purpose of my life. This life is meant for me to enjoy or is something else. So person, we learn from our scriptures and our acharyas in the Vedanta Sutras is also the first aphorism is that atato brahma jignasa. It says that therefore the purpose of life is to know yourself. Who am I? That is the very purpose of this life, because here the reference is about past, present, and future. There are so many lifetimes we have taken birth and we have next birth, like that. So many births and births, it's been going on, but we tend to forget and then go on with the life. But by the mercy of the Lord, the scriptures, the knowledge that we receive from the Guru is enlightens us. Baba, this is not what you are. There is a purpose behind that cause. What is that purpose? You should understand. Therefore, you can come out of this birth and death cycle, and eternally you go back to your home, back to Godhead. So that is what Srila Prabhupada, out of his causeless mercy, today there are so many places ISKCON is there enlightening. Because before coming to ISKCON, I also like brought up in that with spiritual understanding, but never that profound knowledge. We used to go to temples and everywhere. Even today also, when we go to the temples, they don't give us the real purpose of the life. It has become mm, it has become like a, you go there, the priest will tell, okay, you perform this and then you get these benefits so you can enjoy your life. That's all, nothing more, right? But it is said that the temples are not just a place of worship, but they are more than that, that they are educational, spiritual educational centers. Unless we get that knowledge, then there is no real purpose. So Srila Prabhupada has instituted these temples as a educational center, and in one another analogy also we can give like a spiritual hospitals, because Srila Prabhupada says we are suffering from this material disease. What is this material disease? The material disease that we want more and more these things and enjoy. So, and in the process, day in day out, we struggle so much that we want to have a big house, we want to have a nice car, so many things. But at the end of the day, are we are really happy? That we need to inquire. That enlightenment, that only comes from the Shastra, because when we read Bhagavad Gita clearly says that this world or this world is not this. This is a place of suffering. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. So when I heard first time, I also said, why these people are so pessimistic? But gradually, it's, when we go through the life, we ourselves realize, yes, the Shastra is clearly saying that, because Shastra is never biased. It doesn't want us to come for living in a comfort zone. It really proclaims what is the true nature of this life. So then we realize, yes, because Shastra can never be wrong, because they are the words of the Supreme Lord Himself. As gradually, in the beginning, we may not have that faith, but as we are reading, as we are living from our own experiences and from Shastric knowledge, we realize that yes, Shastra is that thing. Yes, that is what Shastra is saying. It got to be right. So that profound clarification comes from gradual reading, from hearing all these things. So in this context also, um, mm, yeah, uh, the one time Narad Muni was visiting the Vaikunta, and he was complaining about how in the Kali Yuga people are so lazy, and they are so indulged in these material acquisitions, and they are just trying to spend the life without understanding the purpose. Then Lord Vishnu understands, yes, that's true. So he says, okay, Narada, take this a bowl full of water, and I want you to put on your head and just circumambulate, go around and come to me. Then Narad Muni says, oh, what is this? But anyhow, the Lord suggested. So he goes around and comes back. Then Lord Vishnu inquires, okay, while you are performing this act, how many times you meditate and how many times you remember me? Then Narad Muni realized, he was all along, he was thinking about that, not to drop anything from that pot. So, and he didn't remember anything. He didn't made any effort to remember Lord's names or Lord. So Lord Vishnu explains, yes, see, when you are busy on these mm, acts, how are you able to remember me? Similarly, the jivas are so struggling that they're focusing so much on their day-to-day activities and so much on these material. They want to enjoy. They're struggling to all do all these things in the name of to enjoy. So obviously they are not having this understanding. So it is said that creation and maintenance and destruction, out of all these three, it is very it is said that creation, okay, a little bit difficult, and destruction is very easy, but maintenance is very difficult. Why? Because day in day out, whatever you created, to maintain that, it needs lot of effort. And that is the reason it is said that Lord Vishnu himself take care of the maintenance aspect. So we also know that, right? How difficult, it's not easy to give a to raise the children, right? As a parents, we all know. In the sense, right from the childhood, we have to do so many things. But on top of that, if we are spiritually inclined, we also strive that, yes, my child not only should successful materially, but also we try to give this spiritual knowledge for them. Now in the society, how it's difficult, we understand, right? Our children are going to the work schools where the environment is different. So when they come home, we teach something, and when they go back, there is a different. So not only, for children, for ourselves also, it's so difficult, because unless our understanding, our faith is deep rooted in the Shastra, it is not easy to overcome the Maya. So, um, and also we think about past, right? Past, oh, I wish I would have done this. So there is a, I mean, the Bhagavad Gita, one of my favorite shloka is this Sarvasya chaham mriti sannivishto mattaha smritir jnanam apohanancha vedescha sarvai rahameva vedyo vedanta krut veda videva chaham. So in this shloka, the Lord is saying that even the remembrance, I am the source. I am giving that remembrance. Now, when I heard first time this shloka, then I was so much, bewildered. Look at that. I think that I am the person remembering, and from these past experiences, I can make my present life better, and make sure that my future is also nice. Then when that I heard, is that Lord is the source of that remembers. Often, if you think, you will acknowledge this. Sometimes, when we think, oh Baba, I should have done this one. Why I didn't do? Because this whole process, the whole thing, whether whatever we remember, it is the mercy of the Lord. So um, now, so if you look at organizations also, right, they do so much heavy documentation. Right now I'm working a project. It's a pharmaceutical company. One of the thing is they document so much thing. Even if you have to make any minor change, you have to document for any process or any IT platform. You have to document so much. There is a reason why they do that, because they want to have the insights about past, why this change was done. So that is the reason they document heavily. Now past also we meditate. Why? We want to learn from our actions in the past. So beautifully, that also that remembers. So in our life, whatever comes in our way, it is not that our own endeavor. Beside that our own endeavor, the Lord's mercy should also be there. Without that, nothing we can accomplish. So that faith only comes from the Shastra. And also it is not blindly that we are following, because we know that, right? Now, um, one beautiful thing I heard, it's like the traffic light example. Like you have this green, yellow, red, right? So the green is like till we are, generally I'm speaking, it's till we are 20s, 25, that is green. So life goes on very nice because you are physically good. And then it is said that yellow is from 30 to 40, where the body starts deteriorating. Not much, but little bit. That's when we should be very start thinking about. And then red light is 50 and above. Why? After 50, our body gets deteriorated. And physically, when challenges are there, it is somewhat difficult to focus. So, this example, why I'm giving in the sense, we need to be cognizant of what we are and what is our purpose of life so that we can properly align it. So, um, this body is also very important. Why? Because the analogy is, if we want to reach a destination, a car is there. That car we can drive, and the but the if it is not properly maintained, our traveling will be difficult. Similarly, but in that, the very purpose of the life, the gas which our scriptural understanding, our sadhana, that will help smoothly travel. So this analogy will help that how we should be conscious of what we are, and then progressively do that. Um, and another thing here, there is reference is given, the manufacturing. In the manufacturing process, there are so many ingredients goes in, right? And by that, um, uh, the whatever the product that is made. But a solution based on the physical things will not be sustainable, because any product or any material, physical material, it has a span, lifespan. But after that, it has to deteriorate. It will go deterioration. So a solution based on sound scriptural understanding will help us go beyond these limitations. So, how? Because the Lord also say, it is said that Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Here, Lord Brahma is glorifying that Supreme Lord. Oh Lord, you are that personality, you are the cause of all causes, right? And he is in, whereas in this sloka Narad Muni is glorifying and the Brahmaji, that present, past, present and future. And then Brahmaji is saying, I mean, literally he created the whole, this whole creation is by that Brahmaji, and that Brahmaji is glorifying that Lord Krishna, you are the cause of all causes. Then what else we want to know? Because he is revealing that yes, all he is that supreme personality, cause of all causes. That is Lord Krishna. So that simple revelation will help us in this life. There is nothing will make us happy, but at the end of the day, that supreme Lord can only take care. So here I'm not saying that you should not think about the past and plan what went wrong and assess and make it better. Yes, we should do. But at the end of the day, even that remembrance comes from the Supreme Lord. So that deep faith, we, one who develops, they are very peaceful, because they say why they are very peaceful, because they know whatever I am doing to my best. But at the end of the day, it is Lord that who determines the fact. So it is not a fanatically we are blindly doing. No, it is the fact, because we have seen this, that Lord Brahma himself is glorifying the Supreme Lord. That understanding will make us so peaceful, because you are not think, as long as um, if I am thinking I am the doer, I am the person who is making this thing, that mentality will give so much stress for us. But the day I think, yes, I did my best, but rest is Supreme Lord, it's His will or His mercy, then I am relieved from that stress. So that is the reason I heard these days Bhagavad Gita is also taught in the corporations, in the companies, because there are so many incidents. We see that we think that the top management, CEOs, chairmen, they are very they're having nice time, but it's not. They are going through so much stress. Constantly, the demand is more and more profits. There is how long they can do, and continuously how, because there is so much demand from the stockholders or from the whoever owners or whoever it is. They're constantly in this stress, and that is the reason they are committing atrocities for themselves, like suicides and all this. And now I was told like Bhagavad Gita is taught in certain corporations, the principles, because Bhagavad Gita clearly says, right, karmanyevadikaraste, do your best, but relieve rests into the Supreme Lord. That very understanding will relieve us from the this stress, because society outside it is appears so much glittery, but it is going through so much stress. If you look at from 20 years back, how our childhood versus now, um, that time it's not practically, I can, when I think about it, that time it was very peaceful. The life used to be so peaceful, not much in, but now in the name of advancements, we have so many sophisticated things, but yet are we are free, so many gadgets, but there are always fear that how these gadgets are committing so many people are suffering from so many atrocities by hacking and all those things, right? And look at the technological advancements. See, so much uh, 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 in the name of advancements, so much this defense equipment, like wars are becoming so devastating. Earlier the wars probably not was devastating, but now the whole world can be wiped out in minutes. What is the in the name of advancement, where we are, the world has become very fragile. For small things leads to a big conflicts. We never know when, where, what happens. Everywhere you see any nook and corner of the world, there are some other problems. So, are we are really happy? Is this modern technology? Is this really giving us any peace? No. I mean, of course, we think that this all making comfort, but at the end of the day, it's giving so much stress. And that's the reason Srila Prabhupada suggested the best way for us and reading the scriptures, because the scriptures will enlighten us the very purpose of the life. So that is one thing. And there is a one quote I want to mention from the Einstein. He said, one second. Um, he said, when I read Bhagavad Gita and reflect about how God created this universe, everything else seems so superfluous. See, Einstein is one of the eminent scientists, right? And he's saying that because there is a reference for the creation and all these ingredients, how everything manifested. And he's saying, when I read Bhagavad Gita, everything, whatever this thing, it seems a very nothing. There is no, it's superfluous, because Bhagavad Gita, it talks about the very true nature of our lives. So such exhausted scientist is saying this one, and what to speak like me. So I'm very fortunate that I come across Srila Prabhupada organization, and in his purports, he is how Prabhupada enlighten us, and always he brings back to the very purpose of the life. And Prabhupada has given everything, the scriptural knowledge and the way it should be implemented, and how I can lead our life in present and future. And that's how. So there is one of my favorite shloka. This Bhaja Govindam is one of my favorite, and there is a beautiful uh, one of the verses. It emphasizes this one. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, jatare shayanam, iha samsare, bahudustare, krupaya pare, pahi murare, pahi murare. So the author is so beautifully is saying that punarapi jannam, punarapi maranam, repeated birth and repeated death, and janane jatare shayanam. So then every time we are taking birth from the mother's womb, and then but this society, but this world, this place is bahudustar. It's very difficult, a very strugglesome place. And then he's praying, "Oh Murari, oh Supreme Lord Krishna, please deliver me." So that's all we can do. So, and beauty is without this scriptural knowledge, we understand that, oh, we are enjoying. But this knowledge by acharyas will help us, will knock on our back and say, Baba, you are not enjoying. You are suffering. Realize. See, look at that. Even suffering also, we often in society, people don't know that they are suffering. When our preachers go and talk about all this, they say, what are you talking? We are enjoying. We are having nice time. Look at us. We have nice car, nice building, nice homes, so much so. I have this phone, that phone, everything I can do from here, because they are in their prime age and they are enjoying. So they are not realizing. But a person who reads Shastra and it taps on back and says, Baba, no, you are now okay, physically you are good. Maybe things are nice, but a day will come, this is not going to be. Even materially, you can enjoy. And what to speak of beyond that? So, by Shastra, by reading the Bhagavatam daily, that we constantly remember ourselves and then realize and continue on this path to make ourselves life perfect and go back to Godhead. So those are just some of few thoughts. So I think I will stop here. And if anyone has any comments, please you can say.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. It was a very wonderful class, Prabhuji. When Narada Muni says, Lord Brahma knows everything like a walnut in your hand. That is, but we living beings hardly realize that we are sitting on that. Every moment is made of that cause and effect roller coaster. And the Shastras, as you say, by studying the Shastras, we understand how to get out of this cycle, and that's the important goal, most important goal for each human being. And thanks to Srila Prabhupada for enlightening us. And thank you for the very nice class, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Mm.
Thank you, Prabhu. Our
Thank-
classes always like very what do you call fundamental level, fundamental or basic level. You bring it, so it's so nice to hear, to remember, and to connect to our day-to-day activities. So how you connect again to Prabhupada's. Our fortune to get connected with Prabhupada's moment, right? To understand that at least that we are suffering, right? So that is the first step. So of course, that is not where it is stopping, right? The Prabhupada has given the solution also. What one has to do. So, but anyway, thank you so much, Prabhu, for your this class.
One of the beauty is whatever I spoke is nothing mine. It's only just by hearing. All just whatever I heard, I just repeated for my own purification. So it's all the credit goes to Srila Prabhupada and his disciples. How just by hearing we just meditate and then say. That's all, Prabhu. Very nice. Hare Krishna. I think we can end the class now here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.